Okay, we're here with Harry Stapley. He's the first team manager of Westfield FC. Harry, thanks for coming on. I've got a few questions for you. We now catch up. It's the middle of June.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Westfield came up just short in the race to step 6. But let's start at the beginning. How many sleepless nights did you have this season?
Untold amounts of sleepless nights. To be honest, I didn't really want the pressure to get too much, but I think probably in the end it probably did.
Managing a promotion, chasing a side at this level is no joke. What's been the biggest challenge you've faced this year?
Probably commitment. Just having people. I don't know. There's no money to give people to keep them going on holiday during parts of the season, and injuries were the biggest probably downfall. Losing key players, having 6 or 7 injured at once, that would have just changed games and dynamics of games when realistically we had to probably only go one way, and that was not the way we wanted to go.
When you started pre-season, at the beginning there, did you feel you had the right enough in the squad to make that transition to get to step 6?
Yes, I believe we did. I just think that the injuries killed us. Going on to that vital chunk of the season when Ringler started picking up, we started losing players left, right and centre that were massive to the run that we'd been on previous to that, but I 100% think we have the right squad to go up and can compete in that level above. So, yeah.
What's your style as a manager? Are you a more hairdryer manager, or are you a quiet and calm manager?
I'm probably one of the new generation of manager where I don't think shouting and screaming at people really achieves anything. It's a different generation now. They don't like it. Players don't like it anymore. I think my age group at 30 is probably the last generation of players that had the hairdryer treatment. But now you've got to be so many different things other than a manager now. You've got to be a friend, a psychiatrist at times. You've got to be a voice of reason. So it's a different generation of managers now, and I personally, I'm a manager rather than a coach manager. I've got 2 very good coaches, so it feels like I can free myself up to do them other bits of management rather than just be 100% football orientated. But yeah, I'd like to think it's sort of a new generation manager.
Now, we spoke to your brother. You have a unique situation at this club.
Yeah.
He is chairman, you are first team manager. He's been very honest and candid in what he said. How do you find working with your brother, and how do you think if things down the line, results meant there needed to be a change in the club? How much of a family feud would that cause?
I don't think it would, because I'm realistic. If things aren't going right, then at the forefront of it all, Westfield Football Club is what it's been built to be through Jack's hard work. So Jack has every right to change what needs to be changed. I feel that if it wasn't going the way that everyone wanted it to, I'd be wise enough as a football person to think, it's probably as far as I can go with it. But at the same time, we have our arguments. At the end of the day, we've argued for the last 30 years with brothers, so we sort of don't talk for a day or 2, and then we're back to talking again. So it's a weird situation. But at the same time, it can be good. It can be nice. We obviously spend a lot of time together up here, so it's only helped the bond as brothers rather than sort of gone the other way really. Like we don't really argue that much. It's just leaving balls behind or something that he seems to get the ump about all the time.
He did mention that, to be fair.
That's his big
And he was. I want things to notice as well. The people watching this know. He was very complimentary on you earned the right to be manager through your progression within the club and winning the reserves. First team to win some proper silverware in like well over 10 years.
Yeah.
So that is on merit in there. Now, he also was very complimentary in saying you can only do a certain amount.
Yeah.
Which is now why I want to talk about some of the key players in your team. Talk me through some key players in your team this season and how you saw it go.
So obviously the first one you've got to start with is Rooney.
What's his full name?
Patterson Ruagami. Well, Patterson Rooney.
And he's got an interesting story, hasn't he, this lad?
Yeah, he's a very interesting story. So he's a young lad from the Solomon Islands, obviously from the other side of the world, whose dream is to be a football player. So he is very widely known around the Sussex scene now. He scored untold amount of goals. He's one of them where anything in the box, you've got a chance. And if he's on the end of it, 99 times out of 100, he's going in. He's got that natural ability. Like some people have to work hard for that ability. Ronaldo, Messi debate sort of thing. But it's just natural. It is so natural. He works hard. He's such a nice kid, and he's just so respectful to Jack, to myself, to all the other coaches, to the players. There's not many better kids around that just have a dream and he's trying to chase it, and we're lucky enough to sort of get him going on that journey in this country. So hopefully it goes further for him, and we'd only wish him the best if in the long run he gets that move and that chance to show someone what he can really do.
Who else has been a key figure this year?
I think the two fullbacks, Corey Wheeler and Andy Corrigan, both won awards at the end of the season. Comfortably played county Prem football in my eyes. Looking at a lot of football this year, they are just sort of Gary Neville-esque. They'll give you 7 out of 10 every week, and very good players on their day. Andy Corrigan's played the whole way across the back four. Corey Wheeler can play either side down the wings, so we're fortunate enough to have them. And then I think they're two really outstanding players, to be honest. You've got Warren Peffig, Josh Pickering, Sammy Willett, all mainstays in the team all season. Unfortunately, Warren was one of the ones that got injured later on in the season, that probably had a big impact on some results at the end, with his directness and his flair. And if he could just add 10 goals at least to his game, we'd be laughing. But I think to be honest, I don't think there was really a player this season that you could have said they didn't deserve it or they didn't deserve to go up. It was just injuries at the wrong time that really sort of dampened the season. Tyler Woods, another one, young one that we got in from upfield. Again, hamstring, first game back from after Christmas, and the pace, it just ripped the pace out of the side really. And we're a very attacking based team, so if you don't have that pace, you've got to try and find it from somewhere. And if it's not that natural pace, it sort of altered the whole dynamic of the way we played, and it just messed us up at the wrong time, unfortunately.
Can I ask how you now pick these lads up? Obviously, for the majority of the season, your favourites to go up.
Yeah.
There looked a good point where you were nearly locked in, and it would have took a big comeback from Ringma to make that happen. Obviously, there's disappointment in the camp. There's always going to be.
Yeah.
How are you going to personally pick them up?
There's got to be some changes around the way we we do things. We're going to have a reset, being realistic, a total reset. We're going to change the dynamic of what we do. We're going to change the sort of leadership groups in amongst the boys. Just try it from a different angle. We've got the players that I think are mentally strong. Sorry, are mentally strong. So it's not really a case of having to pick them up. It's they know that we work enough. I think a lot of the conversations are we owe it. Sorry, we owe it to the club to get us into that position to be promoted, and I think there is a real hunger just from Saturday. I started pre-season testing. They're out there in 28-degree heat, and they were grafting.
There's hunger back, is there?
There is definitely hunger back. We've just got to harness that hunger for the next 8 months and not let it slip. And if we don't let it slip, then I don't see why we won't be at the top of that tree, to be honest.
See, it's not only about the players. It's not only about Jack. It's not only about you.
Yeah.
It's the staff that you take with you as well.
Yeah.
Can you just give us a bit of an insight into these guys? Because they played a massive part in what was nearly one of the most successful seasons in your history.
Yeah. So the guys behind the scenes, you've got Graham Drinkwater, the president, pretty much at every game last year. He does so much on match days, just behind the bar and just being a great sort of adversary for the club. He's always there clapping the boys after the games, just wanting them to do well. You've got Ian Curry, who's the secretary. There's not a day that gentleman's not sort of emailing the league, trying to make the league better and really like focused on the job at hand. You've got my assistant David Miller, who's a club legend now, so he's we're all pushing in the same direction. David's been with me since we were doing a reserve, so we've got that rapport now. We've got George Landays with us, who's now hopefully back fit. He's got international appearances under his belt, and he's played a lot of high-level football. The last time he played was, I think, 2 seasons ago now. He's got 30 goals, so we've got another bit of firepower, hopefully, to get us over the line. I think last season, if we had George and Ring at the same time,
Well, there was fine margins. We were speaking to Jack, and you can see the 98th minute.
Yeah.
You know, you only took 1 point out of 6 against the team that finished basically bottom.
Yeah.
If you look at any of them, you could have really won that league by 6, 7, 8 points.
Yeah.
Which must be hard to take.
It is. There's been a lot of sort of soul searching over the last couple of weeks, watching numerous amounts of games back, because we haven't gone out there and looked for loads of players. We've got the squad we want and we need, but we don't want to bring in an influx of players that are going to disrupt what we've got. We've got a very good tight bunch that know there's disappointment in the air, in the ground, around the place. So we all need to sort of pull our socks back up and not let it happen again.
And finally, what's the one thing you'd say to the players, the supporters, the people in the club for the coming season?
Let's get together and get it done. Let's have a proper good go at it. There's no reason why we can't. And if we do it all together, then we'll be laughing come the end. It's just focus on what we need to do. Stop worrying about who else can go up and whatnot, and just do our jobs, and we'll be there.
Well, Harry, you've been wonderful. You've given us excellent access to the club, insight. You, your brother, the whole committee, everyone has been fantastic at this wonderful club. I really, really hope in a year's time we can be sitting here again But this time, talking about you actually getting
Yeah.
to step 6. Harry Stapley, thank you ever so much.
Thank you.